2 no jumps, his best at 8:16. Well, the next event on the track, the men's 110-metre hurdles. There's the lineup. Jeff Porter in 1. Orlando Ortega, Cuba in 2. Porter, incidentally, American. Dwight Thomas, Jamaica. Jason Richardson, the world champion, USA. Aries Merritt, USA. Then David Oliver, the big man, the USA, in 6. Then Hansi Parchment of Jamaica. Ryan Braithwaite of Barbados. And then Osmo Osage of the USA right on the outside. The outside, away from the pressure action. But watch out for Ortega. I really want to see how he can go here, because he's up against some real talent here. Although he has beaten Robles, I think Robles has got a bit of an injury problem. So Porter, Ortega, Thomas, Richardson, Merritt, Oliver, Parchment, Braithwaite, Osagi. The men's 110 metres hurdles.
On the computer that suggests anybody was under 0.1 in terms of reaction, but that is a red going to...
It's against Merritt. That can't be right. That can't be right.
Well, he's not very happy with it, obviously. And remember, we had this situation last week with Karani James. Now, the thing is, Stuart, in America, I'm going to say this now, they don't operate under the same rules, that you cannot run under protest. So if the starter is convinced he was a false start, he has to go. Now, we saw last week they allowed Karani James to run, and then that used to be the rule. You could run theoretically under protest, but you can't do that now. So he shouldn't be allowed to compete now, even if he is running under protest. He's disqualified, and that's it. He's got to leave.
Yep, you're quite right. The announcer's just saying he's running under protest.
You can't.
I know, but he is. So Porter, Ortega, Thomas, Richardson, Merritt, Oliver, Parchment, Braithwaite, Osagi. The men's 110 metres high hurdles. I don't think Merritt will mind too much, but frankly, he just needs the run, and he needs it against this competition.
Well, that's fine, Stuart, but there's prize money and everything else at stake here for the others.
It was such a long hold, though.
It is a long hold, but and he can't run under protest. I mean, that's 2 now. He shouldn't have been allowed to line up again anyway. And, you know, it's fair. You know, it's fine to say, okay, you know, it's not the Olympic Games, but it does affect other athletes, particularly in a race like this. You know, I mean, remember what happened in the World Championship final last year?
Yeah.
You know, athletes do affect each other when they're racing. If you've been disqualified, you have to leave the field of play, as it were. So Merritt is still standing there, and that was even you and I could see that from 100 metres away.
Absolutely. I'm afraid. Well, there's still no decision. He's still standing there. I'm just wondering what now will happen.
Well, he should do the decent thing. He should have walked the first time.
He clearly broke. It was a twitch, and that's all you need. It'll come up, it'll register. These blocks are finely tuned, and it'll be a bleep in the ear of the starter.
On your mark.
He's still standing there now. Is he coming forward again? He is. Well, let me remind you of the lineup of this. I'm sure it's not over yet. The officials now, I think, are going across, and they're going to
He's asking him to leave.
Yep, he's insisting, and he's now going. Yep, he's now going. So Aries Merritt, and that's unfortunate because he is a class act. And he's gone. It leaves a gap between Jason Richardson and David Oliver. So let's try again. 10 barriers, 3 feet 6. Jeff Porter, Orlando Ortega will test him, won't he, the 20-year-old. Then Dwight Thomas, Jason Richardson. Then the empty lane, David Oliver in 6. You see Parchment in 7, Ryan Braithwaite 8, and Omi Osagi of the United States right on the outside. Now let's see if they can get away this time. Ortega, 20 years old, 13.09, drawn in the second lane against the world champion. And a man capable of... Oh, gone again! Well, now this is so disappointing. This is one of the highlight races of the day here, and it's so disappointing. Richardson has sat down. Oliver had gone over 4 hurdles, nearly 5. And they're not at all happy with what's happening. The hold is long at the start, without any question whatsoever. Well, have a look again. I mean, it's... Well, lane 7, is it Parchment?
Well, if that's
yeah,
what the
it
stars
is.
marksman
He's
saying.
going across, yeah, lane 7. Yep, he's gone as well. Lane 7.
I'm trying to think, it was last year here. I think it was the 100 metres where we had a 3 or 4 false starts right at the end of the meeting.
Yep.
And, well, you know, the starter has to obviously play his part here as well. And there have been long holds. Parchment has to accept that. I'm afraid he has to go as well.
Yeah, he's finally gone. So we've lost Aries Merid. We've now lost Hansi Parchment, the 21-year-old Jamaican.
Well, now he's running under protest. This is silly. Do you know this is silly, this, because it's the crowd reacting to some action in the field, but you know, he shouldn't be allowed to run under protest, Stuart. It's as you said, it's already affected the other athletes with 3 false starts.
Porter, Ortega, Thomas, Richardson, Oliver, Parchment, Braithwaite and Osagi then. The final, the men's 110 metres hurdles. How will the psyche of these athletes have been affected by this constant holdbacks? They're away this time. Certainly on the near side, Braithwaite got away well. Ortega not going so well. And here comes Richardson. Richardson's going very strongly indeed. And Richardson being run up to the inside. It's Richardson and Porter, those two. And I have a feeling it was Dwight Thomas in third, I think. It could have been, that's Ortega gone down at the end, or is it Thomas? I tell you, it was a real mess. 13.18, a very good performance from Jason Richardson. I mean, he is the world champion. And really, it was Thomas that went down. Ortega coming through in the final stages. I have a feeling that will really come up. 13.18, 13.26, Porter in second place on the far side. But what about that? Total mess, really, let's be honest, but not for this man. He performed well, he stood up well. David Oliver was clearly affected, and once again a ragged run from him. And it was Ortega who got third place, 13.35, and it was Thomas that fell.
Yeah, Richardson, he does look good. I mean, obviously he had a great year last year, and he looks capable, doesn't he, of going faster and being a regular sort of under 13 seconds man. He's a bit of a character as well.
So let's have a look at the result of the high hurdles. There it is, Jason Richardson, 13.18. Jeff Porter, look, equals his personal best at 13.26 in second. The young Cuban, Orlando Ortega, he's the new find, 13.35. Remember, he's had a 13.09 this season.